Most of the Canadian team is now on the ground in Ottawa, and Monday was the first day of field work for new coach Kieran Crowley. Players were keen to impress, and Crowley was keen to teach his new methods in what is a very short time frame before they face Scotland A on Saturday at Twin Elm Rugby Park. Just in from Scotland is Kevin Tkachuk, who has just re-signed for the Glasgow Warriors. He wants to pick up where he left off before a devastating broken leg ended his World Cup campaign in Newfoundland last year.
Kevin Tkachuk, you had a disappointment heading into the World Cup last year, so this is your year back to sort of make up for 2007. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. I've been obviously thinking about it all year. It's no one likes going away for injuries, and especially when you miss the World Cup, you work so hard for it, and missed out on that. So no, I've been looking forward to this all year, and I'm really excited to be back. And really good group of guys out here for the Churchill Cup, and new coaching structure, and well, not entirely new. Obviously, we got some real good coaches back, and great coaches coming in. So I think it's going to be a fantastic year.
Despite the injury setback, you get a new contract with Glasgow, so they like what you're doing, and so that's got to give you a peace of mind and make you even more excited to be coming back playing for Canada.
Yeah, definitely. It took a while for me to get back after the injury. I didn't play until late December, so anytime as an athlete you get an injury setback, you start questioning yourself. Wondering, am I actually going to come back from this? When I do come back from this, am I going to be, get back to the level that I was at? And so to have, to actually get back and playing, and then to get rewarded with a new contract, that does give you confidence back, and then sort of it's the next chapter. You're away from that and you're on with the next thing, which is now playing for my country, and I'm just really looking forward to basically just getting to be back to where I was last year.
Your other role is you got some really young faces. I don't know if they even shave yet, and so you got a little bit of teaching to do, don't you?
Yeah, well, we got the best teacher in the world here, Lunk. There's nothing that he doesn't know about scrummaging. So, he pretty much taught me everything that there is to know. So, I think they're really going to benefit from him, definitely. And obviously, I've got a responsibility to make sure that everything he's saying just continues to get put through to them and to work with them and their technique. And I just got to get to know their names first. That's probably first and foremost. But there's a bunch of new names, new players that I haven't actually, obviously just met, but only met today. So, get all the names straight, and we'll go from there.
All right, and the last question, Scotland, you're taking those guys on. There must be a lot of familiar faces over there for you.
Yeah, this will be one of the most sort of important games for me that I've ever played. Obviously, our forwards coach in Glasgow is their forwards coach, Scotland A. One of my best friends is playing tight head. Probably will be starting tight head for them. So hopefully, if I get the nod this week, I'll be playing against him. Their hookers, our hooker, he's their captain. So all the way through the team, really, really good friends, good teammates of mine. So it's going to be intense. They're all going to be sort of looking to put shots on me, and vice versa. So, but I know that the team we're going to put on the field is going to give them a hell of a game, and I think if we do the job right, then we should be able to come away with a victory.
All right, well, welcome back to Canada. Have a great week.
Cheers, it's great to be back. Thanks, Doug.
Ed Fairhurst also came in late Sunday from England, and the Cornish Pirates scrum half knows he is going to have a lot of work ahead of him, but he is keen to get started.
So Ed, back from the Riviera and England there, and back on the ground in Canada, you must be real amped up to be playing this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm extremely excited to be back here and playing for Canada again. Looks like we got some new guys in the team here, some young guys, so I'm excited to see what they can do, especially now we have a new coach here as well. It seems like it's going to be a good fit.
As a scrum half, there's a lot of things maybe changing with Kieran Crowley in place, so it's eyes open, ears open, everything is kind of a new experience.
Absolutely, yeah. There's some things that'll be the same, of course, but of course bringing in a new coach as well. He's going to put some ideas forward for the team to follow and stuff. So I'm just going to listen to what he says and pretty much follow and do whatever he tells me to do, pretty much.
Yeah, maybe introduce yourself to a few guys too. Some new faces on the team.
Yeah, there was a few guys today. When I got here, I had to introduce myself. A few guys I hadn't seen, so it's always nice to see fresh faces in here and have guys always pushing you.
And what about playing Scotland? It was such a narrow result, a loss 2 years ago, but they seem to be a team that Canada could beat.
I think so as well. Yeah, 2 years ago was a bit of a heartbreaker, even though we just lost that one. So, and the players that they're bringing over here, I think we have a pretty good chance to put something together and actually beat Scotland. So,
well, welcome back to Canada, Ed, and have a great season.
Thanks. Yeah.
For Kieran Crowley, his job moved from theoretical to practical, getting on the field and seeing what his crop of Canadian talent has to offer.
So, Kieran, all the talking's done. You're actually out there coaching this morning. It must be a big step forward for you.
Yeah, no, it's good to actually get out and do a bit of running around. And, the guys, they came together pretty well. It's a few of them have travelled a little way to get here. A lot of them haven't played games for a fair while. So, it was a bit of probably trying to run the cobwebs out, and is also trying to get a little bit of what we want to play in there as well. So yeah, it was a good workout. So another one this afternoon now.
And what do you do when you've got 4 sessions to get ready for your first game? You got to really just zero in on the big tasks, don't you?
Yeah, you do. I mean, these guys by the end of tonight, I think they'll be wondering what the hell we're doing, because there'll be a lot. You know, you've got to cram information in. They've all been playing in teams that do different things and run different systems and all that sort of thing. And you know, our big thing is to get them on the same page. So yeah, it's like you say, you know, not many sessions, and you've just got to really focus on stuff. And you know, I think I worked it out. I reckon you've got to have about 17 or 18 sessions to get everything covered to where you want it to be. So you know, you've got to jam it in. But that's hand you're dealt, isn't it? So you just deal with it, and it's and we'll be right.
And with that scenario, do you even worry about what Scotland A is bringing to the table, or are you just worry about keeping your own house right?
No, we've got to get our own house right first. I mean, like, it's my first time with the team, you know, first time I've been involved with them, a chance to learn about them and all that sort of stuff. So, and it's not as if Scotland A have played a lot of games or anything like that either. So, you know, sure, we'll talk about how we want to play it against them. You know, they'll have some a very tall team, and obviously just looking at the way their A team plays, the style that they play, I think would probably filter down to this sort of team too. So we'll look a little bit at that maybe on Thursday or Friday. But our sole focus at the moment is just concentrating on what we're doing.
Kraken, congratulations on your first session and many more.
Cheers, and thanks for the first interview at my first session. Cheers.
As if the day wasn't long enough, 2 players, Dean Van Camp and Ottawa Stu Alt, were guests on a local Ottawa sports television program. Tony House's Big Bad Sports Show was promoting the Churchill Cup and featured former Canadian team captain Al Sharon as a co-host. The boys represented well, and before they knew it, their 15 minutes in the spotlight was up. Also on Monday, England arrived in Ottawa, and more than a few of their players looked worse for the wear after a number of them played in the Barbarians game on the weekend. That match resulted in some key injuries and new faces into the Saxon squad, as players were promoted to the full England side that just departed for New Zealand. Tom Biggs and Adam Powell come into the side for Dominic Walduck and Tom Vardnell, who are now in New Zealand. For New Saxons coach Steve Bates, it is the same place as 2 years ago, but he is coaching a different team.
So Steve Bates, welcome back to Canada, and I notice a rose on your chest this time.
Yeah, thanks very much. Good to be back. Yeah, different allegiance this time, probably back to my roots really, and looking forward to a young English side here that you know, very strong and very determined team.
You had your roster set, and then you had to get your pen out just before takeoff, I understand.
Yeah, we got a couple of people gone up to the senior team, but you know, that's what we're about. That's what we're here for. We're here to provide support for the first team and give young English guys an opportunity to push hard for the senior squad. And it really is what we're here for, and it gives us a lot of pride in our system to know that they're going up to represent the first team.
And just getting yourself prepared in such a short frame of time, what are you concentrating on in the lead up to your first game?
Well, some of these guys played yesterday, so you know, we've got to be very careful about their physical condition. Mostly it'll be trying to get some simple patterns organised before they play on Saturday, and rely mostly on their natural abilities as good you know, Premiership players. And our job is to make sure that they do enough to make sure they've got some organisation, but not too much to make sure they're not overtired.
All right, we don't want to hold up the bus. I know you're exhausted. Welcome back to Canada. Enjoy your time.
Nice to see you. Bye.
For the Barclays Churchill Cup and Rugby Canada, Doug Cross reporting in Ottawa.